Georgia pop store under the sun's warm glow. A group of friends sat just chatting nice and slow, talking about the weather, sipping on some sweet tea. But then someone shouts, "Hush, you gotta listen to me, 'cause there's a big guy watching. He's making his way. Wanna ask us questions, got stories to convey." So we grabbed another rocking chair, stuffed it in tight. Pops is laughing, saying y'all better hold on tight. Excitement buzzing like Lori the flamethrower, Cindy with her spurs, and Martha lurking more. Gary's sitting by, Pop's rocking on the floor. Then Bigfoot starts talking like he's known us before. 'Cause there's a big guy watching, he's making his way. Wanna ask us questions, got stories to convey. So we grabbed another rocking chair, stuffed it in tight. Pops is laughing, saying y'all better hold on tight. Tales of fishing and hunting, of life in the wild. He spoke with a warmth just like a lost child. Said he built himself a home, raised a family too. We all had our questions, but it wasn't our cue. 'Cause there's a big guy watching, he's making his way. Wanna ask us questions, got stories to convey. So we grab another rocking chair, stuffed it in tight. Fox is laughing, saying y'all better hold on tight. Grabbing jerky from the bag, we hung on to each word. Bigfoot spun his stories, oh, it felt so absurd. Life in a forest, wild and free, he'd say. Yeah, we laugh and we rock till the end of the day. Now Palm's Country Store is the place where we meet. Get your bread and milk, sandwiches to eat. But on lucky days, you might just find a seat with Mr. Bigfoot telling the stories are sweet.
God, am I here for a change? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Bring the girls up, Blazer. Sorry, y'all. I keep getting booted out of StreamYard. Maybe the girls won't get booted. First off, would like to welcome everybody to our first show. Hopefully things will straighten out and we can get going good. We're going to have a little bit different show than most people do. We do have a prayer list. Let me put it up.
The latency to it.
And If I get booted, the girls will keep it going, so y'all just hang loose. First off, like I said, thanks for everybody coming in tonight. And we're going to give away prizes. Everybody knows that. I missed a lot of people saying hi in chat. Hi, Mikey. For those that I didn't say hi to.
He's frozen again. Well, we'll see how long it takes him to get back this time.
Rock, paper, scissors?
I don't know.
Well, hey, while can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
I am.
Okay, well, while he's frozen, I barely got him to come in for a second, but this is my son Danny. The one that
Oh, we love Danny.
the one, and there it was.
There it was.
I talked him into coming in here. I told Jane
Yep.
I'd try to get him to come on, and he just won't ever do it, but I made him come in here.
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
So.
So this
We
is
got
my
it
son,
on
Danny.
We love to have you. Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, on the pops.
Oh yeah, I might tell some wild stories also.
No, you won't.
No,
Okay,
no. You're going to have to make a video. And that one, I laughed my head off, Danny.
I heard. Yeah.
I sent it to Jane, and she laughed about it too. She goes, "Hold on, I'm at the soggy Wheaties part."
Um,
I'm going to
Okay.
show the pictures of what we're going to give away tonight, but we're not going to have the drawing until the end of the show. This is the gift from Martha and Cindy,
It's got a Bigfoot hanging on it.
and let me see if I can get the other one up without getting booted again.
If not, I have a spare we can show.
That every time I do something, I get booted. We're trying though. Yep,
There it is.
yep, there it is. That's the walking stick we're going to give away.
Oh, lucky
Kind of what is
person.
it, Gary?
So, but like I said, we're going to do that at the end of the show.
And he's frozen again.
Well, is he trying to do 20 chats while he's doing the show too?
No, he's been having trouble with his internet and going back and forth from the pictures. He's had this issue with the pictures. We were working on it earlier backstage, and he was having issues with it. But, I don't know. Cindy's busy on chat. Anything interesting in chat?
A
Everybody's
bunch of people coming in.
yeah.
All right.
We love to see you. Be sure and hit the like, subscribe, share, and comment. We love to read your comments.
And we'll be doing other giveaways as time goes by. You know, we might do it for a special subscription goal that we're trying, or we may just do it because we like to give stuff away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, there he is.
y'all just
We did.
Lori and Cindy's going to tell of this. If y'all wasn't here for Midwest Night Watchers a couple of weeks ago, you don't know about this. They're going to tell them about an experience they had, and then Martha's going to take over. And the girls are going to take over, period, because I just keep getting booted. Go ahead, Martha and Lori. I mean, Cindy and Lori.
Okay, well, I'll start out because that's how it kind of started. But
Yeah, you were first.
yeah, I went and stayed at Martha and Cindy's for the 4th of July. I was helping Cindy with the fireworks tent. And I was at the house with Martha, and I don't know why, but I can go out there and find 4-leaf clovers and so forth. And that morning, I had found a 5-leaf clover. So anyway, I'm taking them in because she's putting them in resin to make necklaces and so forth out of. And I just happened to find 20 and 30. It's just ridiculous. So I was outside and I was looking for the 4-leaf clovers, and all of a sudden it's like I just this is broad daylight. This is like 11, 12, 1. I'm not really sure of the time. And it's like y'all had told me it's mind speak, so I'm going to say that's what it is. But I did not think that, because it was not like I heard something talking in my mind. It was just I had this feeling, and it was like, go in and get your binoculars. And I thought, what? So I stopped. I went in and I got the binoculars, and I even told Martha, I said, well, something told me to go get the binoculars. So I went back out, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the wood line, and then I feel like I'm really stupid. I'm like, what am I doing? So I set the binoculars down in my lap, and I'm still looking out at this wood line, and out walks this thing, which it was hard to even describe. It was huge, and it was on all fours, and where it came out, it walked, I would say, about 30 yards, and it walked, I guess you'd say, east-west or whatever, but it walked about 30 yards until it went behind this house that's way back there. And I'm just watching it, and I'm looking for it to come out the other side of the house, and I never seen it. But I had my binoculars right there in my lap. Why did I not bring them up? I had my phone right there. I was kind of froze during this whole event. And I came in and I asked Martha, I said, do them people, and I've been over there enough to know them people don't have a big dog, but I came in and asked anyway. I said, do them people over there have a big dog? And I said, I mean like a big dog. And she's like, no, I don't think so. And so I go back out there and I'm looking, and I think this thing has got to be huge, because the more I looked at it, this house was solid white, and it's actually a modular home. So it's sitting up because there's like 3 steps to their porch. And then for some reason, their house is white, and it's got a maroon stripe that goes around just the bottom. And the more I got to looking at it, I thought, well, that underpinning is at least 3 feet. And then to where that stripe is about 5 feet, because it was even with the porch, which was 3 steps. Now, this is just guessing. Now, where I was sitting at Martha's, I would say I was about 100 yards, maybe closer, but I go by football
100
fields.
yards.
Yeah, well, I go by football fields when my son used to play football. That's the only way I know distance. So I would say 100 yards. So I got to looking, and I thought, I'd seen them. It was 4th of July, so people were not home. There was nobody really out there. So with it walking behind the house, that would have been normal because there was nobody there. But I just kind of got to looking at it more, and I thought, golly, that thing on all fours, its back would have had to have been, I would say, 5 feet. And this thing was like huge. And I've looked through pictures on the internet, and the closest I can come to is the Beast of Bray Road, except for it only has like a hump at the shoulders, where this had kind of an arch all the way from the shoulders all the way to the back. I don't remember if it had a tail. I'm not sure. It was like dark brown in color, and it didn't have a pronounced snout. It was like, I guess what you would say, more like a maybe a pit bull or something like that, but it wasn't like German Shepherd or Doberman or anything like that. It was just, but it was huge, just totally huge. And I'm glad I didn't try to take a picture or look through the binoculars, because I actually got to watch the thing from the whole time when it come out of the woods and it walked. And like I said, them people that were standing out there in the field the day or so before, they looked like little snake people, where this thing looked like this. So the more I thought about it and looked and measured, it was way too big to be a dog. So I immediately sent a message to Gary, and I was like, what in the world was this? And then this was in the afternoon. We had already went to bed, say around 9 o'clock. Now, Cindy, you tell what happened.
And there it was.
And there it was.
No, I'm sitting there reading the comments. There's people on there talking about me right now.
Yeah, yeah, they're digging you, man.
The faces that I'm making back here. I'm not laughing at my mom. I love my mom. I believe what she's talking about.
I'm
Oh, you
laughing.
know, I can't-
When she was saying mind speak, I was thinking, no, that was the Holy Ghost trying to tell you to show you. I'm trying to show you something. Is what it was.
No, I don't believe in. I'd never believed in mind speak, but I have to say there was something. Something told me to go get those binoculars. So I don't know. Y'all believe whatever you want. I don't care. No pictures, no proof. That's my story. That's what happened.
Most people don't believe in mind speak until it happens to them. And like I told you, it's not always in words that come out as words. It's just a thought that all of a sudden hits your head. It can be in words, or it can be a picture that all of a sudden pops in your head. There's several different forms of mind speak.
Yeah. Well, this was not a voice. This was not a voice or
No.
anything.
It was just a thought that popped into your head out of the clear blue sky. That's
Yeah,
mind speak.
And I was busy looking for four-leaf clover, so I was like, "What in the world?" I can't explain it. I don't know, but that was weird.
There's
So
more to the
anyway.
story, so Cindy's going to tell her part now.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Yes, ma'am. The next day, I got up and did my business, took my pills, brushed my teeth, all that stuff. And the girls were already up because I don't want to get up at the crack ass of dawn. Nope. So
We don't either. It's the dogs.
anyway, they were up drinking coffee and doing whatever. And I was coming in the kitchen and I said, "You're not going to believe what I seen this morning, or what I think I seen." So about between 3 and 3:30 that morning, I got up to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom is the room right next to my bedroom. And then the room that Lori slept in was across the hall. And so I went in and went to reach for the bathroom door to open it, and I couldn't. I was like, there was like something invisible stopping me. And so I'm standing there and I'm thinking, okay, this is not funny. If I pee my pants, I'm going to beat the crap out of you, Lori, because we're always doing stupid stuff to each other. So I reached down to like move whatever it was, and it wasn't there, but I could still see it. I mean, I know it doesn't make sense, but this massive blob. It looked like between a pig that's super heavy, and I did not see a face. It was just a blob, but you could see like this, this blob thing. So I reached over. Well, I backed up twice because I almost, knocked the lamp off the wall. And I reached over and opened up Lori's room. And I was trying to get her awake, but she had her oxygen on and snoring like a queen bee in there. And it's like, oh crap, I don't have anything to throw at her. So here I am. So I'm just standing there, and I said to myself, okay, if you're going to take somebody, take Lori. There she is. Her door's open. And I'm thinking that in my head. And in the meantime, I don't usually get scared of things like that because I'm very inquisitive. But I can tell you that I was very, very scared. I was to the point of where I was shaking. And then this thing just turned. Its whole body just turned like a 180. And what I thought was his head was part of his body, but it had these green glowing eyes, just as big around as $50 staring at me. And I can't repeat what I said. It wasn't very nice. And I'm trying to yell, but I couldn't get it out. And so finally I just closed my eyes and I said, oh Lord, please, please don't let it be my time. And I was just literally just buckling. And I closed my eyes and, and I'm squeezing my hands and I said, please, please, please. I opened up my eyes and it was gone. So I come into the living room later on that morning when the girls was in here. And I said, you won't believe this story. I said, I don't know if I'm dreaming, if I'm hallucinating, or if I've just gone and lost it. I told him, and Lori goes, draw a picture. So I started to draw this picture, and she's calling it my protractor.
From the hump.
Yeah, because it's got a hump, and then because I couldn't see any legs on it. But it was wide and kind of looks like me in the morning, wide and, And so I just drew the picture, and Lori goes, oh, my God. And she goes, that's what you seen. And I said, yeah, something like that. She drew the exact same thing on the other side of the table, and we put the two together, and it's like it's the same thing. But the thing that freaked me out, it was in the house. And I did not feel any evil entities. I didn't feel, threatened in any way, and the fact that I was scared for a second. But that's what I was telling the girls. I said, this ain't good when it comes in the house.
Mm-mm.
And I still, to this day, I still don't know what it is. If it was something that just wandered in, and I believe it was Gary said that some of these creatures and cryptids can just go through the walls if they want to and go to your place, and they don't have to use doors; they make their own doors.
Well, you know what I thought? What I thought was that when I was out there with the binoculars and so forth, I'd said, okay, there's got to be something here. If there's something here, let me see it. I want just let me see you. Don't scare me, but let me see you. And then I thought, how stupid am I? And then I thought, I'm talking to nobody. I mean, I felt kind of dumb. That's when I set the binoculars down, and then that's when I seen it. So after this incident with what happened, I went back out there the next day and I said, okay, that is enough. I don't need to see you. I don't need to know. And you are not welcome in this house. I don't know if you thought I was inviting you or what, but nuh-uh, that we're done. That's good. We both seen you. Now go away. But I did go back out the next day and say that because I thought maybe I might have unintentionally invited it in by saying, let me see you. I don't know. Now that probably sounds really ridiculous. But anyway, that's what
it's like I told you. It was a dog man, and they can open doors like Gene said, but they can also vibrate. I don't know how they do it, but people speculate that they vibrate, but they can walk through walls. If they want you, they're going to get you no matter what. There's not a wall, there's not a car door going to stop them. Nothing's going to stop them if they really want you. That one was just curious. He was investigating. That's all it was.
In other words, he just wanted me to pee my pants. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
We haven't had any experiences since.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
None of that.
Well, it's like I told y'all, Gene had said a few days earlier that the Klan was watching y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And they were worried about you. Hi, Sherry Radway. Glad you make it.
Yeah, that was really strange, Gary, because that's what Martha had told me. She said, well, that's really weird because Gary called and said Gene had called him and said that for him to check on us. And I said, that's really weird because all of this happened right at that same time. So that was bizarre.
Yeah. All right. I ain't trying to rush anybody, but we got a lot to do. So, let Martha get started on hers. And if I get booted again, I'm sorry. I'll come back as soon as I can.
That's okay. We're going to listen to Martha.
Well, I haven't been saying a whole lot on the show because I knew I was going to be a guest and I didn't want to have to tell the same stories twice. So I think I've got a lot of different lines I could go, different things that happen, but I'm going to talk about the cryptids, I think, first. And go away. I remember the Patterson Gimlin film. My mom was a assistant biology professor. Mm-hmm. So anything like that, kind of caught her attention, caught my attention. And it was like, oh, yeah, it was pretty cool. And then after that came the movie, The Legend of Boggy Creek. Mm-hmm. And I was old enough that just scared the bejeebus out of me. And, there are a couple of movies that have just really affected me. And that was one of them. And we used to go camping a lot as kids when we were young. And, I remember, asking my dad, like, there's nothing here that's going to hurt us, right? Well, we're okay. And in my mind, I'm thinking, that story took place in Arkansas, and we are like 40 miles from Arkansas. And what's to keep it from coming to Missouri, where we did most of our camping, like around Table Rock Lake, Roaring River State Park. And I mean, it bothered me for years. And I'd be out we'd be out hiking or something, and I would get what we called in the family heebie-jeebies. And it was always the way we described, just kind of like an uncomfortable, weird feeling. Sometimes it might be like insects going up and down your skin. You're just like, ugh, or just a feeling of, something's watching. And, looking back and knowing what I know now, I suspect I was sensing something out in the woods. And, I shut myself down to a lot of stuff like that when I was younger because, cool kids didn't do that. You didn't want to be different from anybody. You didn't want anybody to think you were crazy. And I came from a very scientific family. So if it couldn't be proven, it wasn't real. So I just kind of basically shut down things like that for years and years. Even when I left home and got married, I was married to an engineer. Again, it was that, very concrete thinking. Don't think outside the box. And so after ended up getting divorced, and I moved from St. Louis back down to Southwest Missouri, which is where I'm from, and lived down here with my mom. And so we had a dog. Well, we still have him. He's pretty old now. And we have coyotes all over the place. And so we'd hear the coyotes. There were all these rumors, but nobody actually ever saw of a mountain lion or a puma in the area. They could hear it, they said, but nobody ever saw it. But you'd hear the coyotes. The coyotes would be in the front yard or in the backyard. And Barney, when he was younger, he would sing with the coyotes. I mean, I'd hear the coyotes and I'd be going, oh my gosh, he's going to start. And sure enough, he'd be in the bedroom going, oh, and I'd be just like, shh, I'm trying to sleep. And he'd just be singing with the coyotes. And it would just, But there were times when I would hear a howl and he wouldn't sing. And I'd be like, okay, what's up about that? And then, it was a long, drawn-out howl. It didn't really sound like the coyotes, and they weren't yipping in the background like you do when you have a pack, because I believe in a coyote pack, the only ones that really howl are the alphas, the male and female alpha, and everybody else yips. And so when I would hear this howl, I wouldn't hear anything else in the background. No yipping, no noises, just that howl. And then a couple years went on. Cindy moved in with us to help me take care of my mom. And then we got another dog. And so Barney was still singing with the coyotes. But when there was this other howl, Patty would just go on alert. But she wouldn't bark. She would just go on alert. And this is a dog that barks at the wind. She barks at leaves. She barks at grass. When she heard this, she would just get very still in the bed and just stare. So my cousin does Bigfoot expeditions in Missouri. And so Cindy and I were her cooks for a while. And so it was actually, we were on the Niangua River, and I'd gone to bed because, being a cook, you're tired. You don't necessarily stay up and listen to the conversations or the presentations. You go to bed because you're tired. So I'm in there just telling myself, okay, relax, go to sleep. You need your sleep. And it was, what's B's last name? B. Mills?
Mills.
B. Mills from Ohio.
Hocking Hills.
And she was doing her presentation on the Ohio Howler. So she had all of these recordings. And so she was playing the recordings. I could hear them. And I'm going, wait a minute. I know that howl. I know that that's exactly what I've been hearing. That wasn't coyotes. It, the dogs reacted differently. And so Cindy comes in and I into the tent and I'm going, that's what we've been hearing. And it was just like that Bigfoot howl that B had recorded. So that kind of told us we might have something in the area. And we tried putting out a recorder, but we didn't have a very good one. The batteries ran out, I think, even before the night was over. So we haven't ever caught anything on recorder. But a couple years ago, a guy that's not the guy behind us that has where Lori saw the entity, whatever she saw, but there's another house further back. And we have a husky. Husky is infamous for escaping. So he was driving down the road and, we asked him, have you seen our husky? And he says, oh, the black and white husky. Yeah, that's our husky. Everybody on the street knows Willow. She doesn't wander as much now that she's older. And so Cindy went back there to talk to him, and she noticed that he had made trails through the thicket back there that said, what did you say, Bigfoot Way? Or
Bigfoot Crossings.
Bigfoot Crossings. So Cindy started talking to him, and he goes, oh, yeah, I see him around here all the time. And we're going, oh. Mm-hmm. And, just another little questionable thing. One time, Cindy and I were in Pennsylvania, I guess we were, we were visiting one of my brothers, and we left my mother here with her son, Aaron, as the mother sitter. And he was spooked. He looked out our back. We have a pole light, and he saw something that was tall, and he said it was skinny. It wasn't real bulky. And in his mind, he's sitting there thinking thin man, but it scared him so much that he was looking around the kitchen for things that he could defend himself with. Yeah, he bypassed the knife block. What does he do? He picks up the tea kettle. And he's going to use that tea kettle. I'd have gotten a rolling pin or something. No, but Aaron got the tea kettle, and he's locked all the doors, and he keeps looking out. But it affected him so much that he still doesn't want to talk about it. So it was very traumatic. And in retrospect, we think that probably he saw a juvenile. It's pretty much because the juveniles are not as beefy as a full-grown Bigfoot, just like teenagers aren't as beefy, most of them, as a grown man. And so we have had definitely experiences in getting to know Gary and going on some of these expeditions. There have been times when we've had activities on the expeditions where we've heard the whistle, where it's not a bird whistle, not in the middle of the night. That would be, a whippoorwill. It wasn't a whippoorwill. It was more like a type thing. You think like, just somebody making noise. And that was an expedition where several people actually saw and heard the Bigfoot. They got into our camp kitchen. That was the same trip that we had this horrendous storm that came in before we heard the Bigfoot that blew down our cook tent, blew down our sleeping tent. So we were in the truck when we heard it. And then there are a couple of other times I've been out camping that I have, again, in the far distance, heard the howl. I've seen orbs on cliffs where there aren't people on top of the cliffs. It's in on the National Scenic Waterways here in Missouri, and there's nothing up on top of those cliffs because it's federal land. But there were orbs up there moving around. There's no place for anybody to drive or get to on top of those cliffs. And then I've also seen the orb where it's like a big strobe light up in the sky. It's just like, and it's like a fireworks strobe in a way, but if you're shooting off fireworks, you're going to hear the firework go up. You're going to smell the fireworks. This was just a bright light that shone for a second or two and went out, and there was nothing else there. So that's pretty much my experiences. But I mean, there have been times when I've been out with Gary and I just keep looking over my shoulder because I just felt like there's some over there. There's some over there. And Gary will say, yeah, they're watching over there. And I'll go, really? So it's not in my imagination that I just keep looking over there. And he gets that little grin on his face and he goes, nope. There's one of them over there. And because my back is that way, but he and another friend of ours actually looked up and saw a Bigfoot kind of highlighted against the sunset. And then later that same night, or maybe it's the next night, Gary and I went walking down just to check the wood line next to the lake we were at in Texas. And I just, pressure on my chest. I felt like there was something there. And Gary had pressure on his chest, and he felt like there was something there. And then later he talked to Jean, and Jean said that, yes, there was a Bigfoot there, and it was a female, and she was a healer, and she was healing Gary at that time, doing some healing. Isn't that about the way it went, Gary, with that episode? Isn't that about what Jean said?
I missed it. I got booted.
Oh, well, when we were in Texas and we went down that night. And
when the first night we saw one up on the ridge above us. And then the next night you and I were walking, and there was one over in the edge of the woods that was watching us, and she was trying to heal us. And the next day Jean was telling us that was the case. Yeah. Sorry, I keep getting booted, y'all. I'm going to have to change providers.
Well, it's still a new show. We're ironing out all of our little wrinkles. But that's basically my Bigfoot experiences in cryptid. I mean, just even now I'll be driving down the road and I'll be like checking the crops there. I feel like I, have to look in the woods to see if I can see something, because something in my mind says there's something there. And
so by seeing this, do you feel like you have your thoughts about cryptids and aliens and Bigfoot and all these creatures, do you feel like your whole way of thinking has changed by this, or are you still on the same platform?
I think I've opened myself up more to what I was like as a child, when, because children are much more, they believe in things much more. And then as an adult, as you get older, you shut it down because you feel like you've got to shut it down. And I feel like, especially like the last 20 years of my life, I'm open to more and more. And it makes me wonder how many times that as a child I had the heebie-jeebies in the woods. Yeah, there was something watching me, but I wasn't ready to accept it, whereas I accept it now.
Hey, Martha, I know Cindy and I both have had near-death experiences, and we're part Native American. I know you're part Native American too, but have you had near-death experiences?
Yes.
Okay, so we always hear that near-death experiences in Native Americans are more susceptible, whatever that word is, have a lot more. Yeah. So
I've
do you
also
think
heard
that
a little bit of Irish in you.
Yeah.
And I had that little bit of Irish too.
So you think that's true also?
I think a near-death experience kind of opens your consciousness and allows you to see things beyond this reality, because you have faced that moment, like before they put this needle in my arm or my IV, I might not wake up.
Yeah.
And, I'm not like Cindy where I had a conscious experience. But yeah, I mean, if I hadn't had an emergency surgery, I'd have been dead in 3 or 4 hours if I hadn't had emergency surgery. And yeah, it makes you look at the world a little bit different. You come back and you're going, I think I appreciate things a lot better. And you're more able to see beauty, I guess.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I'm like you. Cindy's which one of these days we'll let her tell that side of the story too. I didn't see Jesus or see the white light or anything like that, but I drowned and they had to bring me back as a child. And then when I had my heart attack, it just totally changed everything.
Yeah,
about the way I look at everything, because I knew at any minute I could die. And when you see that and you live that, not just see it, when you live that, it does change your outlook on everything. And I'm like you, I think it opens you up to see more and understand more about the cryptids and the paranormal and the unexplained. But just like down there in Texas, all 4 of us were part Native American. I don't know if the other guy had near-death experiences like we all have, but every one of us felt that one up on the ridge watching us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would dare say, given the fact that he had been a policeman and also a firefighter, yeah, he had near-death.
He probably did, yeah. But we all felt it, and him and I both saw it. I don't know if you girls saw it or not.
No, it was behind me.
Yeah, it was a big old male standing up there on the ridge watching us. And the next day, we looked, and sure enough, where it was standing, there was no trees, there was no bush, there was nothing there.
Right.
But the strange part about it was we all 4 felt it.
Mm-hmm.
And that what was strange to me. And then the next night we had that experience down there, and we also, well, you didn't see it. You looked up too late to see it. I saw that UFO.
Yeah.
Right after it was right before we felt that, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'd seen the UFO, I'd have been running up to the trailer hiding under the bed.
That was a strange weekend, I can tell you that.
Well, I consider myself to be highly empathetic, and I can sense emotions, and I think that's probably, I'm not getting necessarily thoughts as in mind speech, but sometimes I think I feel emotions. Like when we were at your place last weekend and you're being watched over by your pack of dog men because your clan is down south.
Yeah.
And was a very frustrating day because we're trying to work out all of the little niddly details of trying to produce this podcast. You know, learn how to interact with all of this stuff. And it wasn't working the way we wanted it to. And it was very frustrating. And everybody was so on edge. And twice I just felt the need, go outside. And so I would go outside, and then I would just kind of try to project the reassurance. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's a human thing. Don't worry about it. All these emotions, it's a human thing. We're okay. And then the feeling would kind of back out. And then a couple hours later, you know, everybody was all trying to get everything to work again. And I had to go back outside again and say, don't worry. We're working it out. Things will work out. And then that feeling would retreat.
Yeah, and y'all heard banging on the house.
Mm-hmm.
So have you had any, when you were a child, did you have any traumatic experiences that may have caused you to sway your thinking on what you see and hear?
Well, you know, I was kind of a feral, wild little child.
You couldn't have been as bad as Cindy.
In my own way, I'm sure I was.
She's worse.
In my own, because you got to remember, I have 4 brothers, and that toughens you up quite a bit. But I never, ever, I can take care of myself. You know, I was probably in the principal's office for fighting more than all 4 of my brothers added together for fighting. There were other things that got in there. But yeah, I remember just even as a child going out and trying to cast a spell out in the side yard, digging a hole, putting water in it, stirring and praying. Please don't let it rain. No rain, because you know you're a kid. You don't want it to rain. You want to be outside playing. At least you know that's the way it was back in the early 60s. And I always felt like I could talk to my grandmother, the one that was gone. I always kind of felt like she was there with me my whole childhood. And then when my other grandmother, I was 20. I just felt like she was there too. I feel them most often when I'm in the kitchen cooking. So like, oh, no, you need a little bit more of this. Don't pay attention to that recipe. You know, a little bit more sugar, a little bit more flour, and then it comes out just great. So I always joked I had one on each shoulder of my grandmother's. And I mean, I was only 4 when my dad's mom died. And I remember her telling me that they were going to take her eyes. And that scared me. They were going to take her eyes. And then the day of the funeral, my mom comes out and she's got this needle and thread. And I'm looking at as a 4-year-old and I'm thinking, oh, they're going to poke her eyes out with the needle. That's what they're going to do to me, Mom. Now, as an adult, you know, talking to my mom, I know that was to sew up her dress, that there was something that had to be sewn on her dress. While she was in the coffin. I did not go to the funeral because I was too young, but I was just sure that they were going to steal my grandmother's eyes. And again, later on, discussing it with my parents, my grandmother had lived for years with really high blood pressure and aneurysms. That combination should have killed her. But my mother always swore what killed her is when they told her she was going blind. And at that point, she kind of gave up. So how much of that was what she told me? How much of it is what I sensed? But yeah, it's one reason I don't like needles.
Who does? Nobody likes needles.
No, I use needles a lot. I sew, I stitch, but yeah, don't like needles.
Well, okay, I'm going to interrupt you here for a minute for a plug and then we'll go on. Everybody, at 8 p.m. Central tonight, Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Live. Be sure and come watch their show tonight too. They're good people. They got a good show, so y'all come watch it. We'll post the link a little later again. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, it is a good show. I enjoy watching your show. I'm one of those lurkers in chat. I may or may not comment in chat. I may or may not be there. You never know, because I lurk. I learned that from Lori. Lori was a lurker.
Lori,
I'm getting booted too much, so I'm not posting
What
links.
about Lori? What about me now?
You used to be a lurker until you came out.
That is very, very true. And I will tell y'all something about Martha. I'm telling you, she is really a quiet person and well reserved, but you get her around the campfire, and when she lets loose, your mouth drops to the floor, and it's like, oh my God.
All right, something we didn't say at the start of the show that I'm going to say right now while we're taking a little break anyway.
But lots of fun, Martha.
Thank you.
Blazer is our producer, in case y'all didn't know. And you people will not believe how much work he has done getting this show ready.
Yeah.
Also, Gerald and Jane have been very instrumental in us getting this show started. So y'all be sure and go watch Midwest Night Watchers tonight at the late night. Is it 10 Central, I think? Jane, put it in the
10. Yeah.
Yeah, put your link in the chat, Jane. Y'all be sure and go watch them at 10 and Cedar Creek at 8. No, that's Central Time. You'll have to figure out what's what. But don't forget to thank Blazer for all the work he's done. Everything, the only reason we're even out here is because of Blazer being the producer.
Yes.
And he's doing a great job. And I forgot to say it at the start of the show, so I'm saying it now.
he'll be doing a better job if he hurries up and sends me my Montana beef jerky.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's true. Martha was almost unalived by a drone.
Yeah, but
several times.
Blackie's the one that's eating jerky right now instead of sharing it with all of us. That's another good show, y'all. If you're not watching it on Sundays at 5 Central, podcast Off the Record. Be sure and start watching them. Blackie, post your link. Like I said, I'm getting booted too much. I can't post the links tonight. So y'all going to have to post your own links. Well, Becca and Mark's not here, so they can't. So Blackie or Blazer will have to post theirs.
Yeah, we're all one big family. It looks like he froze up again. And, we all support each other. We're not like totally after it for the views. There's the subscriptions. We want to get the word out. We want to share. We want to hear stories, because in your story may be a little glimmer of truth that we can add to another little glimmer of truth that somebody else has. And eventually we might end up with the whole picture, the whole puzzle.
Basically, this channel is going to be based on, obviously, truth, visions, and prosperity. We cannot prosper if we don't know your stories. If you've got something to say and you feel like, you want to share it with us, let us know. There are all kinds of ways to get in contact with us. Lori has an email. Gary, Martha, myself, we all have emails. You can catch us on Facebook. I believe that Blazer can put all that stuff on the screen for you. But yeah, for us to prosper, you guys, we need you, and we all need to do this together. There's no one person that's an expert on anything. So I'm anxious to see what you all have to say. Any questions? Any just a thought? You know, if you're driving down the road and you see something that you don't think that you've seen, you know, say something to us and we'll work it out.
And if you don't feel like you can get on the show and, you know, have them look at your face and talk, you're worried about that, we can do it where you're just your voice as you tell your story. Or if that's even too uncomfortable for you, write it down. We can read it for you, because not everybody's comfortable enough to get up on it. So
And, you know, we're all trying to put together a puzzle here. And how many times have y'all had this puzzle really worked out and you're really putting the pieces in there, and it's like somebody comes along and whacks it from underneath and it's start all over? But that's the whole point, is to put these pieces of puzzle together and figure out. I don't know if we'll ever figure it out.
We travel a lot, and with us traveling, we stop at some weird destinations. But it's fun, you know. Who doesn't want to see the world's largest frying pan, or the world's largest golf tee? That was good.
that was a good one.
But with us traveling, we see and hear and experience a lot of stuff. And sometimes we just think, well, that was nothing. It's just in my imagination. But if you stop and you think about it, you know, everybody has something. Our auras are all different. We're all made the same, you know, but we all have our auras and we all project how we feel or what we've seen or what we hear or what we smell, what we touched. All of your senses are out there. And so whenever you're going on a trip, even if it's just down to the end of the road to get your trash can and bring it back, you know, keep an open mind, keep an open ear, and look, because you just never know. Something may come out of there behind the trees or jump out in the middle of the road and do the hoochie coochie. You just never know.
The raccoon in the trash can.
Correct. Yeah. So, you know, we all love Jesus here. We're all a good family. We say a prayer backstage before, and we say one before we leave. And that is just where we all can be protected and know that we're not alone in this. So, you know, raise your hands if you're in with us. If you're not, think about it. Get over there and hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, because we do want to read your comments and we will answer them.
And we'll put another goal to draw for our subscriptions down the road.
Yep. We have lots of stuff to give away.
We've already got another goal for the next drawing.
Oh, we do? What is it?
We do. 500 subscribers. And right now, I done forgot how many we're at. Just a minute. No, I can't go look. You have to go to YouTube to look and see how many we got, and I can't do it. It'll boot me back out again.
Hi, Scotty. Hi, Scotty's family. Hi, Big Brother Hal. Mwah, much love.
Last time I looked, we had 180. Oh, we got 185. Sherry said, "Thank you, Mogs and Sherry."
God bless you all.
That's your brother Hal.
That is my big brother.
That's Big Brother Hal.
That's Big Brother.
Hal.
We gained last night. Moggs was plugging our show on his show, and we gained 5 subscribers right then. And y'all be sure and go watch Moggs' show at 8 Central on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep, we all scratch each other's backs and while we're doing this, because we want to share what we know and learned, and with other people coming up. Just keep sharing what you know and watch those other shows, because those are some really cool shows. Not quite as cool as ours, because, you know, I'm the person on the show. But, you know.
Okay. Hey, Blazer, you got what we've got is a random drawing. Blazer's going to do it. It shows on StreamYard. It's a wheel. You're going to type a word in chat. And everybody that types that word and types it correctly will be entered in the drawing. And then he'll spin the wheel, and somebody will win the first prize, and then we'll do it again for the second prize. All right, you see what he put in there. You got to type it just like he did. The number sign and Bigfoot, all lowercase. If you want in the drawing, type that in. And we're going to give you about 5 minutes, and then we're going to draw. And this is what we're going to draw first. We're going to draw for that wind chime that Cindy and Martha made right there.
There's some
she's even.
too.
If you notice, it's got a Bigfoot on the bottom of it.
What I call the patty shape.
Yep.
It's sealed, stained wood.
Well, we'll draw for that here in about 5 minutes. So everybody be sure and
Type it in.
Type that in there, and then we'll let
No, Robin,
laser draw
we
it.
cannot use mail-in ballots. No. That's a good one, though. Yeah, there'll be a guys. We want to celebrate with every milestone, and you never know. We might be doing a show here, and we're doing them on Fridays, but we might do a show, and it's out of the blue. I say I've got something to give away. Pick a number between 1 and 1,000. Whatever that number is, we'll draw the person and just do the same thing, because we always like to give away stuff, especially stuff that we make.
Yeah, we make a lot. We're getting ready to go to Hocking Hills in a week or so, a couple of weeks.
And Lori, let me tell you this. Miss Lori, are you listening over there?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just checking on you.
Yep.
Miss Lori makes some really cool stuff. She goes places and picks up driftwood and rocks. She's a rock hound. You can't get any rocks out of her because she hoards them. But she made me a little out of a piece of driftwood. It's about that big, and it's a Bigfoot, and she put some copper in it and resin and sparkles. That hangs in my truck. So no two things are alike that she makes, but she does have some stuff, and I'm thinking maybe if we ask her nicely enough, she might put something up there to give away, or please. And there it is. There's what she made me.
Oh, you can see it.
And guys,
We
while you're looking at the screen, there's our QR code up in that corner. Scan that QR code and see where it takes you.
It's my homemade version of Organite.
Sandman, I honestly don't know what that is.
A ports? I don't know.
Is that like somebody portaling, going through a port?
A portal? Are you talking about a portal?
A port is where something will just show up. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, I mean, that's happened to me. Driving home, one of my experiences, it just popped up out of the blue.
Yeah.
I can't.
And we've all experienced orbs
Mm-hmm.
that just all of a sudden are there.
Inside and outside. We had one at my brother in Pennsylvania that the cat was watching. And we were watching, and I'm going, the cat is following it too. So yeah, we've seen a lot of orbs.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of orbs. We thought all of us saw orbs, well, except Martha, she wasn't there. At LBL this year,
Mm-hmm.
we saw orbs.
Yep.
And Lori saw them first, and then we all saw them.
I tell you what, how close are we to 200?
180 something.
185.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do personally. When we hit that 250 mark, I'm going to give you away some of my jewelry that I make. It's fancy stuff, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's got Bigfoot on it. It's got aliens on it. It's all cool. So the first person at 250, and we can go back and look, we're going to draw a name out, and I'll personally send you that, plus autographed book of mine and Martha's cookbook.
One more minute to type in the number, the Pound sign and Bigfoot.
Hi, TKB. Peace, man. Good to see you.
Y'all be sure and type that in if you want in on the drawing.
Hey, Benno.
And whoever wins the first drawing will not be eligible for the second drawing. Sorry about that.
Well, we have to be fair, and we want
Yeah.
lots of people to get things.
Yeah, we got 30 seconds.
Hi, Anita. Mwah. I miss you, girl. Yes, I'll call you tomorrow. I promise.
Hi, Anita.
Thank you for turning in and watching us.
Well, the thing about these drawings is, later we'll have other drawings. Now, right now, I've got to get some more walking sticks made, and it's just too hot for me to get out there and do it. It's 103 in the shade right now, and I don't know what the heat index is. I can't get out there and work like this. But I'll get some more made, so we'll have some more drawings down the road.
We have a whole basement full of stuff, Gary.
Okay, Blazer, let's have a drawing.
Rock and roll. Come on now.
Blazer's going to do that part of it.
You got it, Stacy. Stacy in chat said I should make them a custom keychain. You got it. The 250th person, whenever we draw your name, send me your information and I'll make you a personalized keychain.
BJ, glad you made it too. I was glad to see everybody here.
Yep, for sure.
Blazer, is it going to show up? We're new at this, y'all. We'll get it worked out.
Hi, Benno. I tried to say hi to everybody in chat, but if I missed you, please forgive me. So hello, hello, hello. Much love.
I can't read chat and talk at the same time, so.
Oh, Scott Shelton won the wind chime.
Yay, Scotty!
I thought it would show it. Next
And the
time.
best thing about that, I don't have to mail it. I will hand deliver it.
Scott is
Now that ain't fair. I'm going to have to ship it. And the shipping cost on a walking stick, believe me.
This is breakable.
congratulations.
Congratulations, Scotty. All right, he's out of the running. I'll give y'all 5 more minutes, so be sure and type in the pound sign and Bigfoot in lowercase. 5 minutes from now, we'll draw for the walking stick, and this is the picture of it. And I'll warn you up front, I do not make straight walking sticks. I grab crooked ones on purpose because it gives them character.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did we draw? Was that the Scott? Did we draw?
Scott got the wind chime.
He got the wind chime.
Okay. I'm a blonde here.
And I'll tell you about the walking sticks. I sand them down. I put 2 coats of primer on them. And then I put 5 coats of lacquer on them.
All right. The next word he's put up is pound sign pops.
Do, 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 do.
Yep. Blazer said enter pound pops for this drawing. I got to straighten up, y'all. I'm down in my back right now, so if I'm moving around too much, I'm sorry. A lot of y'all's already got walking sticks, so you know what they are. Stop that, Cindy.
You can't take this girl anywhere.
No, you can't.
Call me.
Hi, Michelle. Glad to see you make it.
Mariel, I hope I said that right. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Maria.
All of our
can't
visitors
even
have
talk.
decided to come into the room.
Y'all put in # Pops, all lowercase. If you want in the drawing for the
Let me
walking
go get
stick,
the Lloyd.
I'll put some of you just come in, so I'll put the picture back up. That's a picture of the walking stick. I appreciate everybody coming in and for our first show. And we got guests lined up all the way till Christmas.
Look at how she's grown, Lori.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to be on the show, if you've got experiences and you want to be on the show, I'm going to put my email in the show, and you can email me or you can get a hold of Blazer or Cindy, any of us. And we do a prayer list. The prayer list is scrolling across the bottom right now. If you want on that prayer list, we have a Pops Country Store Facebook page. You can go comment on it, or you can comment and chat that you want to be put on the prayer list, and we'll add you. Here's my email.
Tina, what will you do if it does draw your name for that walking stick and it already has your name engraved in it? Now what do you do? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah, there's my email. Y'all can email me anytime. Or email Blazer, and we'll add you to the prayer list, or we'll schedule you in to bring you on the show. And like the girls were saying earlier, you do not have to show yourself. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. And you can also get it. A lot of people use voice distortion. All right, Blazer, one more minute.
Over to you. Here comes Tigger.
I'm glad to see y'all. A lot of y'all, this is the first time here. Well, it's the first real show. We just had a trial show last week. We fought StreamYard for 30 minutes trying to get it to go. But we're getting it there. We'll work the bugs out. And when I get booted or can't talk, the girls will take over. If you got questions, put them in all caps, and one of us will star them. And we'll ask them at the end of the show.
Yes, Anita, we'll most definitely add your brother. Most definitely.
Okay, you got his name wrote down, Cindy?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know him.
Okay.
He's already in our prayers, so we'll add him to the group.
Anita and Gerald are just two hometown country folk, which we just adore.
We love them.
They
both.
are Bigfooting people that are just as strange as we are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we
Yeah.
You're welcome, Anita.
We're all Christians. We all try to be right, live right. And I do, after we make this drawing, I do have something I want to say, if I can keep my voice low enough. But let's have a drawing first. Go ahead, Blazer, let's draw. Now, everybody saw my email. Whoever wins this walking stick,
Hi, Benno.
email me your address, because I'll have to ship it to you.
I put my email in there if anybody's interested in a shameless plug, getting their own
Wind chime
Wind
or other
chime.
stuff. We do them with the foot and also with aliens that glow in the dark. That's our new edition. And fairies. And cats. Hi, Willow. Hi, Willow.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
And I'm going to get booted, right?
Yes. It says, I'm going to get booted, and it bumped, and he's frozen. So he knew right away he was going to get booted.
Yeah, Sherry, it's a shameless plug. Yep. But I love it.
We're on Social Security. We got to supplement however we can.
Hey, Jerky Face, you awake?
Yes, I am.
You're not. I don't hear anything from you.
She's too
I got-
busy greedy.
I'm here.
Hello. Here. Congratulations, Kevin.
Who won it? Kevin. I got booted, so I didn't get to see.
He just put it on there.
Kevin Bode.
Kevin Bowden. He was at LBL with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he knows what they look like in person.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin, send me your mailing address and I'll get it in the mail first chance I get. It won't be this weekend. It'll probably be next weekend. All right. I got a little story to tell myself, and y'all can consider this weird or
He froze again. I don't know what story he's wanting to tell. We haven't heard it either. So hopefully he'll come back in pretty quick.
So this one time at band camp, I was playing the tubaphone, and what? No, not the time. Okay. Well.
all right, am I back?
You're pixified, but you're back. We can hear you.
I've told everybody before, I don't know why God has kept me alive this long, but he's had his reasons. And I wasn't going to have a show, but the girls talked me into going ahead and starting our own show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other night I was praying and I got the reason for me being kept alive this long. While I was praying, I guess it was God told me, I don't know, but it popped into my head that doing this show and putting the prayer list up and talking about God is why I'm here. Now, I'm not going to preach at anybody, but I am going to talk about God. If he does something good, you can bet I'm going to testify about it. And keeping me alive this long and the way.
There he goes again. Oh, the kitten's chewing on Cindy's toy. Oh, Cindy doesn't like her toys chewed on by the critters. And I have a
Am I
husky
back?
down here who wants her baby. You're back.
You're back.
All right, but anyway, that's what I was going to say. That while I was in my prayer, this came to me, so I know it was God telling me to do this. So if you don't want to hear about God, if you don't want to hear us do a prayer at the end of the show, I'm sorry, you'll just have to mute us because we're going to do a prayer at the end of the show and we're going to read the.
He's having a hard time.
Hey, don't chew on that, cat.
Willow, you want to get up here?
So,
Willow.
what's the weather like at your place?
Willow.
Everybody having a hot, steamy day?
That's the dumbest question you could ask. It's hot everywhere. Hot, 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 hot.
Not in the freezer, it's not.
No, it's hot everywhere.
I hang out in the freezer.
Yeah, I know.
Don't let her have that.
She's dragging the toy away and it's bigger than she is.
Hot, muggy, and thunderstorm, says Jean. 79 in Michigan. That's not bad.
We'll take it.
Stacy says it's hot. Of course, she lives in South. That's
TKB, no, I don't have a.
P.O. box. Thank you, Robin. Thank you very much. I don't mind saying a prayer for anybody.
I'm on YouTube, so anybody can find me on there.
83 in Northwest Indiana.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Forks, Washington. I don't believe I've ever heard of that place. Does it fork?
isn't that where Twilight took place?
The movie or the
The movie.
yeah.
Or the books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gene,
Gene, he's frozen.
he's frozen.
Well, what time are we getting to be?
There's Gary.
Okay, there he is.
Almost
All right,
7:30.
you're back, Gary.
Well, no, he's not back. He's frozen again. He's just not pixelated.
They're not letting me do nothing. Y'all be sure. And if Cedar Creek's going to have a show tonight, I was going to go look and see, but I can't. It's not letting me. If they're going to have a show, y'all be sure and go watch Mark and Beck on Cedar Creek. They should be coming on in another 40 minutes. And hopefully this will straighten out next week.
TKB wants us to set up a PO box, so if people want to send us things, they can, and we can arrange that. We can head on to the, almost said police station. We can head on down to the post office and get that taken care of.
I'll try to remember to do that next week if you'll remind me.
Okay, we'll put it on the list.
Before everybody starts shutting out, Gary, you wanna do prayer?
Yeah. Have you got?
Do we have the prayer list?
No.
It was on a banner.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the closing prayer because Gary is messing up with his internet. So.
Okay, wait 1 minute. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central, whatever time that is in your zone, podcast, Off the Record will be coming on. Y'all be sure and come watch them. That's Blackie and Erica.
Yep. They put on a mean show. It's awesome.
And he's frozen again.
And Midwest Night Watchers tonight too. And Jean said that that Cedar Creek hadn't posted a link yet.
Okay.
So somebody might want to check their Facebook. They usually post on Facebook if they're not going to have a show, which I haven't looked yet, so I don't know.
Okay, Blackie. Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Central Standard Time.
Yep.
Ratchet Central Daylight Savings Time.
All right. You're back, Gary. We see you moving.
Yeah, go ahead with the prayer. She's going to keep knocking me out.
First of all, thank you all so much for joining us on this awesome occasion. This is our very first show, one of many, and I do want to let you know that we pray for you, each and every one of you, and we wish you all the best in everything that you do and any endeavor that you undertake. So with that being said, dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this show, for these people, for this world. I know we all have our struggles and we all have limitations, but let's try to help one another get through what we're needing to get through. Let's try to understand what it's out there that's bringing us to more questions. And most importantly, Lord, we do really appreciate everything that you send us, from the sunshine to the rain to the cool breeze. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You make the world go round, and this show wouldn't be possible without you. So, and in your name, we pray, as long as you can remember, keep an eye on those that are not feeling well and just spread the love. It is in your name that we pray. Amen.
Thanks, everybody, for coming in. And I'm sorry for
For freezing up again. It happens.
Before everybody goes, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button.
Good night, everyone. We love
Good night.
y'all.
Georgia pop store under the sun's warm glow. A group of friends sat just chatting nice and slow, talking about the weather, sipping on some sweet tea. But then someone shouts, "Hush, you gotta listen to me, 'cause there's a big guy watching. He's making his way. Wanna ask us questions, got stories to convey." So we grabbed another rocking chair, stuffed it in tight. Pops is laughing, saying y'all better hold on tight. Excitement buzzing like Lori the flamethrower, Cindy with her spurs, and Martha lurking more. Gary's sitting by, Pops rocking on the floor. Then Bigfoot starts talking like he's known us before. 'Cause there's a big guy watching, he's making his way. Wanna ask us questions, got stories to convey. So we grabbed another rocking chair, stuffed it in tight. Pops is laughing, saying y'all better hold on tight. Tales of fishing and hunting, of life in the wild. He spoke with a warmth just like a lost child. Said he built himself a home, raised a family too. We all had our questions, but it wasn't our cue. 'Cause there's a big guy watching, he's making his way. Wanna ask us questions, got stories to convey. So we grab another rocking chair, stuffed it in tight. Pops is laughing, saying y'all better hold on tight. Grabbing jerky from the bag, we hung on to each word. Bigfoot spinning stories, oh, it felt so absurd. Life in a forest, wild and free, he'd say. Yeah, we laugh and we rock till the end of the day. Now Palm's Country Store is the place where we meet. Get your bread and milk, sandwiches to eat. But on lucky days, you might just find a seat with Mr. Bigfoot telling the stories of